This is the question number 14 from 2018 GATE question paper. The question is, the elementary particle Xi0 is placed in a baryon decaplate shown below at PQRS. So they are asking that in which position Xi0 is placed. And in that plot it has already mentioned that what is delta plus plus. Delta plus plus is given at the right topmost of that plot. And the plot is between strangeness and the third component of isospin. So to have the question's answer, we have to know at first two things: what is strangeness and what is third component of isospin. So strangeness is a quantum number which can be determined, which can be noted as capital S, and the strangeness quantum number has the value for -1 for an S quark, and it has the value +1 for an S bar quark, that means S antiquark, strange antiquark, and it has the value for all the other quarks, that means up quark, down quark, charm quark, top quark and bottom quark. For all these quarks the S value will be 0, and for S value will be -1 for strange quark, and S value will be +1 for S bar quark. So by knowing the value of S, strangeness quantum number, we can have an idea that what will be the quark content of this particle. So as an example, I can see that for my omega -1, the strangeness quantum number is -3. That means obviously the quark content of omega minus will be S, S and S, because each and every S is giving -1 strangeness quantum number. So it will be like -1, -1, -1, which is -3. Now what is third component of isospin? So the isospin can be written as I is isospin. And why I is coming in our nuclear and particle physics class or course? Because there are two particles N and P at the very first who had a very similar properties in their in them there was a very similar properties. Like N and P, they are collectively known as nucleons. They are very similar in mass, and all the the rest of all the properties are same, but except there are charges. That means the neutron has a charge 0 and proton has a charge 1. But except these things, the charge, all the properties for neutron and proton are very similarly equal. So that's why previously it was thought that N and P are nothing but a same particle, but later it was discovered that N and P are absolutely different particle, and how they can differ? They can differ by isospin. Let's say for neutron the isospin will be -half, and for proton isospin will be +half. So as the isospin are different between these two particles, then we can tell that N and P are different in their nature. These are two different particles. And what are the third component of isospin? Isospin third component means it is I3, and I3 has a value from -I to +I in steps of 1. So let's say if I have I3 equals to 1, that means I will be 1, that means I3 will be -1 to +1 in steps of 1, that means it will be -1, 0 and 1. And similarly if I have I will be half, then I3 will be -half and +half. There will be no other terms for I3. Now I3, for that I3 also there is one more information for I3. Like as I told, N and P are as collectively known as nucleon. That means it is a family. In that family there are two members. So as in this family there are two members, that means the number of family members can be obtained by I3, and the expression for this, it will be like 2I3 plus 1. No, actually it is I and 2I plus 1. So 2I plus 1 is number of family members. So if I tell about N and P, as N and P are in a same family and there are two members in that family, then 2I plus 1 will be 2. So I will be half. So similarly, if I will be half, then I3 will be minus half and plus half. So for N it is minus half, so for P it is plus half. So to know the value of I3 of any particle, we can have the nature that how many number of family members are there in that family. So very similarly, if I tell the reverse process, that means if I can know the how many number of family members are there in that family, then I can calculate the value of I from this expression, that 2I plus 1 equals to number of family members, and from I can also get an idea about I3. Now coming to our question, in that question we can see that they are asking about Xi0 particle. So for that Xi0 particle, we can have the idea that in that Xi family, two members are there. One is Xi minus and another one is Xi0. So if it is two family member family, that means 2I plus 1 will be 2 and I will be half from that expression. So if I will be half, then what will be the value from I3 of Xi minus and Xi0? For Xi minus it is minus half and for Xi0 it is plus half. Now you can see that in that x-axis there is nothing as number, like it is not mentioned that which one is minus 1, which one is plus 1, or which one is minus half plus half and something like that. So we have to calculate what is the value of I3 corresponding this line, because it is already given. In that particle, you can see that delta plus plus is a family member of delta family. In that delta family, there are 4 members. So if there are 4 members, then what will be the value of I in that case? 2I plus 1 will be 4, then I will be 3 by 2. So we can see that I is 3 by 2 for this delta plus plus particle family. So if I is 3 by 2, then I3 will have the value from minus 3 by 2, minus half, and 3 by 2. So as it is the rightmost one, then obviously it will be 3 by 2. And as I told you that I3 can have in steps of 1, that means it will be like 3 by 2. Then this is plus 1 and this is half, this is what? This is minus 1, like that it will come. This is minus half and this is like, oh, this is minus 1 and this is 0 and this is minus 1 and this is minus 3 by 2. So from that from that Xi family, we have the knowledge that Xi0 has the I3 value plus half. Then we can have, and also in that Xi family there are 2 members. That means you can see that this row wise nodes are nothing but the number of family members. As delta plus plus has 4 family members, that's why there are 4 nodes are here in that row. Similarly, in that row there are 3 members, that means 3 family members will be there in that row. But here you can see P and R, that means there are 2 family members in that row. So obviously Xi0 should be in between P or R. Now come to the P point. In that P point, I3 is minus half and for R, I3 is plus half. So we can see that as Xi0 has the plus half value, then obviously R will be the correct one, because it is corresponding to I3 as plus half and as well as it has 2 family members in their family. So from that knowledge we can have the answer of the question that R will be the correct position for xi0, and the R is given in option number C. So option number C will be the correct one.